Aquarius Risings for November 2020 further emphasize getting your mental health down pat to achieve your long-term goals once you're not so isolated or going within like you are right now. If you are excited to dive into what the month of November holds in store for you, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. This video is also brought to you by my very own Astrology Academy, which is my foundational astrology course. This course is a comprehensive deep dive into the foundations of Western astrology. This includes history, philosophy, technical concepts, counseling considerations, and a step-by-step guide to reading a chart. I am so proud to finally be releasing this and have this open for enrollment for you all. I've already had several students run through and complete it in the past several weeks, and it's been a real joy to see people go from confused or misinformed into reading charts and going on this path informed and confident. So if you were interested in that, check that out down below. As well, I have free hour-long webinars that get you to start learning astrology if you're dipping your toe in or unsure about what astrology even means. Check out those free webinars down below. Everything is in the description. And if you have not already seen the November collective forecast that will be going out shortly after these, you can check that out and it will be linked down below as soon as it is ready. So if you are seeing this, maybe the November forecast is already out, the video will be down below. I always release it like a day or two after these individual forecasts. So if it's not out and you're here early, check back and check out the entire month of November ahead for the collective. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine traditional Hellenistic astrological techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded guidance. So starting on the first, Sun in your Scorpio 10th house, opposing Uranus in your Taurus 4th house. Career aspirations and really nailing down a focus on what you see yourself going after is being challenged by some erratic or tumultuous dynamics at home. Some like shocking things around home and family are fucking with your long-term career prospects beginning of the month. On the 1st to the 7th, Mercury is retrograde in your Libra 9th house, squaring Saturn in your Capricorn 12th house. So I have a full video on navigating this Mercury retrograde, like a survival guide that you can watch down below. Mercury in Libra in your 9th house is you trying to keep the peace and trying to impress the authority in your life by speaking eloquently, speaking nuancedly, having both sides, playing devil's advocate for your long-term goals, really thinking about what is going to get you to your goals. And that is being challenged by the 12th house of mental health and you getting yourself on track, that maybe you're coming to realizations that being a people pleaser with who you want to impress is not aligned, that's not up to your spiritual values. So that is a focus for the beginning of the month. On the 6th through the 19th, Jupiter and Pluto are conjunct for the last time exactly in your Capricorn 12th house. This is not new, but this is a year-long dynamic of expansion of crisis in your 12th house of the unseen, the hidden, the internal mental health dynamics. One final crisis of breaking point for this last part of 2020. That this is the nail in the coffin, the pimple on top of the boil of working through that internal world. On the 9th, we have Venus in your Libra 9th house opposing Aries, or Mars in your Aries 3rd house. Trying to go after the goals and harmony and achievements in your 9th house of higher education and long-term travel is very much challenged by the day-to-day matters. Like, you might be trying to go after a degree or go after this trip, and your day-to-day car is breaking down, or your day-to-day projects are more difficult, and you're trying to get this degree and you can't even get a paper with a good grade. That kind of thing, where you're like, I'm trying to get there and my car to get me there is breaking down. I have a full video on this Mars and Aries transit down below if you do want to get more ins and outs about Mars specifically right now in your chart. But this is a frustrating educational or informative dynamic as well. On the 15th, we have a new moon in your Scorpio 10th house. So there's a full video on this new moon down below if you would like to watch it, because this is a new beginning in your 10th house of career that is pretty emotional and could be paranoid or overly invested. So you might be embarking on something new in your career, but be careful about being too committed or too attached. It's a good time to focus in and set those intentions for long-term growth though. On the 15th through the 19th, we have Venus in your Libra 9th house, squaring Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in your Capricorn 12th house. Again, you trying to achieve the educational or the trip or the goals and your long-term beliefs that you know are out for you because you feel aligned and called to them is at odds with right now what you're grappling with on a mental health level. Maybe that means that you're having to do the spiritual work instead of bypass. Maybe that means that becoming the teacher that you want to be means going through the shit right now that is teaching you. Like that is what's really showing up for Aquarius Risings this month. On the 21st, we then have the Sun entering your Sagittarius 11th house. So for the next few weeks, Sagittarius in your 11th house are activated as a focus of friends and groups and more external as we get into Sagittarius season. And on the 21st as well, we have Venus entering your Scorpio 10th house of career. So Venus, the planet of harmony, is entering your 10th house of career, though it is in its exile. It's like it being in a foreign country. So you're kind of having to be creative or uncomfortable about the ways in which you get what you want in your career. And you get it. Like opportunities are coming your way in career, but they're in a way that is a bit uncomfortable or out of your element, and you're having to like smile and wave and get them done even when you don't fully understand why you're getting these things or how that's working out for you right now. On the 27th, we then have Venus in your Scorpio 10th house opposing Uranus in your Taurus 4th house. Again, dynamics of things coming for you in your career are at odds with some family like blowing, like there's some family or property or moving things going on. I hope your house is okay. I hope your family is okay. It's not good or bad. It's just like, whoa, there's some shit going on in your family, and that is at odds with some stability you're trying to attract in your career. On the 30th, there's then a lunar eclipse in Gemini in your 5th house. I have a full video on this lunar eclipse linked down below. This for the next 6 months is going to be a push forward into your 5th house of romance and creativity as some new terrain. Very, very much like clearing out so that there is a new perspective culmination there. Watch the full video, but don't stress about it. The universe is going to take you with it for that. How are you expecting this November to show up in your life? If you already know about some possible events, tell me in a comment down below. I would be interested to hear. Now let's pull a tarot card to see what is coming up for Aquarius Risings for November. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. Ace of Cups is the epitome of emotional fulfillment. You're not feeling emotionally fulfilled right now, or you are pouring out the cup and getting it filled more sustainably. You're like, what is lighting me up is not sustainable or it's not aligned. I'm going to start from square one with where I get my energy and where I source my source. Next, let's pull an Amio deck astrology card to see what astrology symbol comes up for us from my new deck. We have the sextile, opportunity, emerging growth, capacity to expand. The sextile is a 60-degree aspect of opportunity. So this is a month where you can harness the opportunity. If you are open to it, if you are on the lookout, you can see the explosive or erratic or divisive dynamics as an opportunity for something creative. If you did enjoy this and you would like to check out the Astrology Academy or any of my other course offerings, everything will be down below. As well, leave me a comment telling me what you're expecting and what you're excited about this month for you for November. Otherwise, like, subscribe, do all the things. Sending so much love, and I will see you in the next one. There is one